conversation, I might have a toast with you. I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, I'm terrific. We ain't taking no losses, we winning. Undefeated, check the percentage.
Yo, what's good, man? Friday night. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in, everybody that's going to tap in. The most important thing, though, before I add my brothers up on this screen, man, is it is my SKOL bro birthday tonight, man. Let's go, man. Oh, man. Let's go. Y'all make sure y'all wish SKOL Mafia a happy birthday as y'all tap in. Hey, look, this is going to be a great show. This is a show that I've been waiting to do for a long time. You know, I've done a show with each one of these individuals. Y'all know who they are. Y'all are always tapped into them over there. So without further ado, man, we ain't going to talk too much. I ain't going to talk you to death. Let's get them on here, man. We got 1, Keith. 2, Cody. 3, Fish. What's good, man? Shout out to y'all fellas, man. And we are missing one, as y'all know. But y'all know black people always late, man. Don't trip. Y'all know how we go, man.
CP time.
Nah, facts. How y'all fellas
happy
feeling,
birthday,
man?
SKOL Mafia. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, SKOL Mafia.
Yeah,
Fellow
man.
Leo, baby.
Let's go, man. Happy birthday to SKOL Mafia. It's been a week. We were talking backstage on how like we just felt like this week has been long. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody else in the chat feels like that, but I'll tell you what, this really has been a long week. So hey, I'm ready to top the week off with a great show talking Minnesota Vikings football. And it's crazy, bro, because I really feel like we're right there, man. I almost feel like it's tomorrow. Like I'm getting super excited. I was talking about this, fellas, on my last show where back like 2-3 years ago, to me, football really didn't start until like preseason. You know what I mean? Maybe even the second preseason game. It's just like, bro, like that's what I'm feeling like football is here. I ain't tripping on all this practice and stuff like that. But now the more I'm doing this type of stuff, now it's like, bro, it's back August 1st, in my opinion. And I know the rookies, I think they report when on Tuesday, Wednesday or something like that. So,
Sunday.
So this Sunday. So you know what I mean? Let's go. Shit, we back, baby. Let's go, man.
Like you said, used to be like preseason, you know, that second game or third game, whenever the starters play like half the game, you know, okay, we're here. But I mean, football really, I don't know if it's just because like, you know, we do the podcasting year round. It's like football never really stops.
Yeah.
Like, and the NFL's always got something going on throughout the year. Like there really isn't a dead period. There's a couple weeks where it's kind of lagging, but for the most part, man, there's always something going on with the NFL. They know what they're doing.
Nah, facts. They definitely keep us busy. They keep everybody in the chat busy, tapping in with people like Let's SKOL over there on their network. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. It is in the title. It's easy, man. Just hit the title. If you're not subscribed already, go over there and subscribe and support these brothers, man. They put out great content. I think I've been over there twice now, if I'm not mistaken. I know I was there for the Skolathon. Shout out to Fish for that, you know, setting that up, man. The man of the damn hour. Let's go, man. Shout out Fish. And then I think I came on one extra time, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think you've been on a few times, but you were a featured guest on one, and then you came on as a featured guest for the Skolathon as well. So man, we do things together
for sure. Which I'm looking forward to this season, you know, because I think as a community, we kind of all want to hold ourselves accountable to start networking and working more. You know what I mean? So I look forward to this season, man. I think it's going to be a great year. Straight up, man. It's going to be a great year for us. But let's get into some topics, man. I was trying to wait for Shaq a little bit before we get into certain topics. If he is going to come, do you have a time when Shaq may possibly come, or he's just kind of up there?
He's probably doing meal prep right now.
Okay. All right, cool. So it really doesn't matter. All right. So like my first topic is that I want to talk about, right? Because I did a video yesterday. And the reason why I want to bring this up, because I want your guys' opinion, bro. Because like, I feel like people acting like I'm tripping, dog. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, is it that serious? So I did a video on Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks. They did their first podcast, episode 1. All right. Episode 1, they come on there. Great podcast, by the way. You know what I mean? And I'm excited to see where it goes from here, because I do believe we're going to get a lot of Mike Zimmer stories. And that's what I'm excited about. Hopefully they really dig into that, because I think that would actually get Vikings fans to tap in. But like I just said this, man, they talked about the NFC North, and Anthony Barr goes on this whole glazing trail on the Chicago Bears, bro, calling Caleb Williams, the best quarterback in the world, all type of stuff. Like, it's just like, man, so I called them out on it. But then I got people in the comments, you know, there's a couple people in the comments that are like, yo, Rap, you tripping. Like, you mad because they have a different opinion. Bro, listen, I call them traitors because, listen, you are a Minnesota Viking, in my opinion. Like, this is just my opinion. This doesn't make it right, but I'm just telling y'all how I feel. I feel like there's an obligation, bro, especially on episode one. Episode 1, bro. Like, you gonna get on episode 1 and glaze the Chicago Bears, man. Knock it off, man. Where you at with that, Keith?
All right. So I was gonna be one of those ones in the comments saying that you tripping a little bit, but out of respect, I didn't go there.
Hey, you got to do it, bro. I don't mind, bro. Trust me.
But I will also say I do feel you because I watched it and I heard it. I mean, I don't know. He said he's the best one in the world, but yeah, they said like
he said
they're
he's
gonna win the
10.
North. They said they're gonna win the North, and you know that they look like the team to beat. And yeah, as a Viking fan, and them being like two Viking greats of like the modern time, it was kind of like a little bit disheartening, but at the same time, they're just like talking football. Yeah, not really like you don't want them saying the Vikings just to gas us up either.
I
like,
do.
No, you don't. You don't want that. I mean, my guys right here. I don't even know if I can get them to say the Vikings are going to be in first.
You want to know why I say that though, Keith? We have enough people that hate us, bro. That's why I feel like that, bro. We got enough people that don't give us credit and hate us, bro. That's why I'm like, damn, our own people. Like, if anything, y'all got to be the people, man. Y'all are gonna have eyes on you, man. Glaze us a little bit, damn.
But you got to understand that they were Vikings because they were paid to be Vikings.
That's a fact.
So, like, they both grew up in LA. So,
yeah,
you know, their ties might have, you know, cut off as soon as the checks cut off.
Yeah.
And also, they looked a little bit nervous up there, so they would just, you know, have whatever conversation they could kind of have. Like, they look like us our first time on camera. It was kind of cool to see. Like, they weren't polished, but like you said, it was a good show, especially when he did that Erison Griffin thing. That thing was hilarious.
Nah, it was. You know what I mean? Like the show was great, man. I loved it. You know, again, I have nothing against them. You know, it's content at the end of the day. But I mean what I say though, just because I do feel like they're obligated to at least. I feel like they just didn't glaze the Vikings enough. You know, NFC North, they talking NFC North. They kind of just brushed us to the side. And it's like, bro, we support you. Bears fans ain't going to rock with you. They not watching your podcast. Vikings fans are, man.
They might now.
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, now.
How you feel about that, Cody?
It's tough being a podcaster and talking Vikings because you want to glaze Minnesota up so bad. Sure. But then there's a side of you say you got to be real with it, too. You got to be kind of factual, bring out the right information.
Yeah,
and you can see why they chose the Bears to win the North, right? And they won the North last year. It's tough. There's a fine line. You got to find how you're doing your Vikings podcast. I do get it that they should have glazed up Minnesota a little bit more than what they didn't do.
But right now, that's why
podcast. That's what
they're not.
They brought up the Mike Zimmer stories, you know, and then that was kind of like the glazing in Minnesota. That's what's behind the scenes, and they gave us that backdoor look into it. So it's hard. I get where they're coming from, especially for your first show. Like, you don't want to go full Andy, if you know what I mean, right? You know, like 17-0 every single prediction.
That is a fact. I like that shot right there. I like nice. All right, I like that shot.
You kind of just want to be factual with it too, right? Yeah. But again, I do agree that they were Minnesota Vikings. They should have been a little bit glazing on Minnesota, hyping us up for what's going forward for the season. And I wish we got to know more background of what that Minnesota Vikings is, because it feels like a disconnect from it's the Mike Zimmer Vikings, or is it the Minnesota Vikings? Because it felt like a different era when Mike Zimmer was there. It's a different Vikings team. It's kind of disconnected from what we know what the Vikings were or are.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, real quick, shot before I get to you, Fish. Marcus, we good, bro. You already know. We locking that in, baby. Whenever we play, we on y'all last, bro. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Stay right there. Yeah, stay right there. Fish, where you at with it, Fish, man? I know you could be on my side, bro. Please.
I guess I'm the one that's got to say it. You tripping, man.
I knew it.
Man, you talking about traitors.
Yeah, they traded.
Look, man. All right. Just a second, dude. Let me compare something.
Yeah.
I recently found the Ben Lieber podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Lieber, former Vikings, former linebacker. I like his takes. I like his style. I like the way he brings it. I was there type stuff.
Yeah.
Very great way of presenting his cases and arguments over the topics. Dude's under 3K subs.
Yeah.
So if these guys want to branch out for the success of their and then bring the Viking stuff in, I'm all for it from that sense, from the sense of their success. But they better start bringing some love to the Vikings soon. I mean, but man,
I'm tripping.
First of all, hold on, Rap. I'm challenging you.
Yeah.
To a game of You Got Stumped.
All right.
Because I text you your phone number.
Oh, here we go. It's on now.
I text you. And I said, are you ready to play You Got Stumped? And you know what I got? Heavy.
Damn, bro.
I got crickets. I got
Hold on. I thought I text you back the last text though. No,
that was after I responded to that video you put out about Heavy.
Okay.
But before that, I said, you ready to play You Got Stumped?
Hey, so I'm first of all, Fish. You know there's no hard feelings, brother. I love you, and it's.
I don't know, man.
Hey, I want to show. I like to show people proof here too. Oh fuck, my camera! You can't see it. This number by my text messages right here that y'all see. This number, red. You know how the red shows. I have 100. There's 100, and right now it's at 151.
Those are rookie numbers.
And then my calls are at 87. I just want to let y'all know, man. Like I get a ton of.
Are we gonna do that, Rap?
Hey, Rap, I'll tell you what.
It's no excuse though, man. It's no excuse.
Special.
I'm working on it, bruh. Don't do me like Heavy, man. Please don't do me like Heavy.
I thought we was collabing.
Man,
what's Heavy?
All right, so check this out, Fish. I'm all yours, bruh. Like you just tell me right now in front of everybody when we doing the show. I'm over there. I want to do it. I'm there, bruh. You know that.
First, tell me right here. What year do you feel comfortable in your Vikings fandom starting?
Shit, man. I mean, really anything past, I would say like real comfortable where I can probably talk it intelligently would be anything past like 2007 through through now. I think I should be pretty good with that.
I won't go anywhere past that.
Yeah, don't go past that, because if you go past that,
I ain't gonna ask you nothing about no 1980s Vikings, okay?
Yeah, I became a fan because you gotta remember
with that.
You gotta remember, I became a fan in '99, right? And then I was learning the game. I was learning the game too as a young man. So 2007, I was probably I'm in my bag at that point. So I should be.
Sounds good.
Yeah, for sure. I'll be there.
We'll get it on. I got something going on tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
Like you said, it's been a long week, me for a different reason.
Yeah.
So why don't we do something middle of next week?
That sounds good. That sounds good, man. I'm there. I'm like, dang, bro, this show's starting out crazy. You know what I mean? Hey, Let's SKOL boys, they on me, bro. Like they don't agree with my takes. You know what I mean? I'm missing text messages. God damn. Nah, man, for sure, no. So I just want to say this. When it came, and I just want to rest my case on the Anthony Barr thing, and I understand, right, that they do have to be realistic, but I'm also going to push back on it, saying that I don't think they were realistic, saying that the Bears are that much better than us, man. Like I don't know why people just think the Bears are just like the kings of the North all of a sudden. Like to me, I think with Kyler Murray, and I know we're going to have the discussion about quarterback here tonight. And that's going to be the main topic, obviously, because it's everybody's main topic when they talk Vikings. But to me, man, I think we have the better defense, and I think we're actually coached better if you think about the coaching staff. Now, some people can make the argument that Ben Johnson is better than Kevin O'Connell when it comes to play calling. But I think as an overall staff, man, I give us the nod, man. You know what I mean? Like I just really do. So I'm think we're better than the fucking Bears, man. FTB, man. That's just where I'm at with it. Straight up, man. I don't care, man. Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr. Hey, these fellas might rock with you. I rap on your ass, man. Don't do that no more.
Hey, rap. I know you're not about to come up here and start glazing Kyler Murray wearing a JJ McCarthy shirt.
No, that's a fact. Hey, Keith,
that'll tug at my heartstrings.
And Keith, I know why you not mad at them. Y'all know why Keith ain't mad at them, because he let y'all know y'all ain't catch it. Oh, you got to remember they LA boys. You know what I mean? So you know Keith, man, he ain't tripping at all. You know what I mean?
I'm just waiting for one of them Western Kentucky players to, so I could get behind him, but it's gonna be a wait.
Yeah, they LA boys, y'all. You know, hey, they ain't gonna do no wrong when it come to Keith. You feel me? They good in my book.
They could do wrong. They could do wrong. I just don't feel they
nah, for sure.
I don't think they dissed us. They didn't diss.
Keith ain't never gonna get past Kendricks being hurdled by Josh Allen. He ain't never getting past that.
Yeah.
They brought that up on the show too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a great show, man. You know, I want to talk about, and I know you guys have talked about this extensively over on your channel as well, but like expectations for Nolan Teasley, man. This, like, to me, I feel good about it, but like I also know how I felt when we got Kwesi too. You know, so I'm trying to kind of find that. I'm trying to find that balance of, should I get overexcited or should I, you know, step back a little bit and let things play out? Because I remember when we signed Kwesi, I felt like it was a breath of fresh air. I was like, oh, yo, this dude here, man, he just seems super smart. Like, he's going to figure it out. Like, for real, he's going to figure this thing out. And then all of a sudden we saw what happened. So now from a fan's perspective, I'm sitting back now like, okay, Nolan Teasley, he talks right. Everything sounds good. You know, he's coming from an organization that obviously had success. So everything seems to be like it's going to work out. But the reality is, for me, my expectations, I think, are a little bit lower than most, just because I don't want to overshoot it, you know? So I want to go down the list here on how you guys, so we'll start with you, Fish, on this one, go from the bottom up this time. But Fish, what are your expectations for Nolan Teasley this year, in the first year? And I know the first year as a GM, I mean, you know, it's the first year. You're kind of like, you can't really, it's hard to judge a GM off the first season. I say it takes 3 seasons to really be able to put a tag on a GM. But I mean, what do you think, Fish?
I expect him to get KOC fired.
Okay.
No,
well, that's a good, yeah.
I'm kidding. See, I can't have high expectations of him because he's not in total control of the personnel.
Yeah. I thought they said he was. I thought they said
he has final say over the 53, but he's not in total control of the personnel.
Oh, yeah, true. You're right.
Because KOC reports directly to the Wolves, so you got 2 silos now.
Yeah.
That is going to be a problem, if not this year, somewhere down the line. There's going to be a problem where you have the head coach not reporting directly to the general manager. Mm-hmm. Do I think he's going to do a good job? Yeah. Will we see a lot of it this year? We'll see that trade deadline, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what he does with the trade deadline, and that'll be a good marker. But, right. I mean, that's pretty much all I can see.
Where you at, Cody?
I'm at with it. Keep your expectations low this year. I think for Teasley, it's an evaluation period this year. He's going to evaluate the roster. That's why they gave him full control of it. Mm-hmm. When you start seeing your expectations going up or down is what happens, let's say, by the bye week or middle of the season before the trade deadline. If we ain't in contention for anything, expect a sell-off. I fully expect him selling off, reshaping the roster to his liking. And if we are in contention, then I think he retools the roster a little bit and adds someone to the roster that gives us that push. But for right now, I just hold off with the expectations, wait for 2027, because 2027's class is stacked with 2 positions, right? So you're able to get rid of, sorry, Vikings fans, if there was a sell-off, we weren't in contention, you're able to get rid of a guy named Justin Jefferson if that was to happen, you know? If you feel like you need to trade him for those draft picks in that capital. And also, he has no obligations to Kyler Murray or J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
So the quarterback class next year is stacked also. So it all depends what happens before the trade deadline and what our standings are in the league. So if it's bad, I would expect a sell-off. If it's good, expect a retooling, get into us in that contention shape for a deep run. So low expectations right now, maybe midweek. Look at the expectations later. Definitely have high expectations come draft time.
Nice. Where you at, Keith?
Pretty much everything Cody said, like, I'm in agreement with. This is more of like an evaluation season where he's going to be evaluating things, and then we'll start to notice his moves around kind of mid-season if we become buyers or sellers, what those moves look like. We also could be seeing J.J. McCarthy getting a little more of a shake in this competition than originally, because maybe Teasley wants to see what, you know, they have with him. So maybe it's kind of his call to keep this competition going a little bit longer, because ultimately he has controlled the 53. So he may be saying, I want to see equal reps out of these guys because we have to make a decision for this season, but also going forward. So that's the biggest thing that I can see him making an impact on early, is if he has anything to say in this quarterback competition. Other than that, everything Cody said, exactly what I agree with.
Okay, let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it, baby. Look, I'm rocking, just so y'all know, as I do these takes, y'all, I'm rocking a JJ McCarthy shirt. My boy Cody got on his jersey, you heard? So yeah, let that sink in, all right, as I talk this shit tonight, okay? I just want to make that clear. All right, now let's get into let's just get into it, Brad, because that's a good segue. So and there's a couple different layers to the quarterback talk. The first thing I really want to touch on is the fact that Ian Rappaport, because it pretty much goes off what you said just now, Keith. We want to see equal reps. We have Ian Rappaport saying that this competition is going to run all the way into into week 1. Okay. I had to go off on him. Now, hopefully y'all got my back on this one, man. I mean, y'all ain't have my back on the other one, man. But look, y'all went off because I'm like this, right? It just doesn't seem like a healthy situation to do that. I feel like you have to figure out which direction your team's going sooner than right before week 1. And it's always been like that. Like, just because we have 2 quarterbacks that are pretty much on prove-it deals, trying to prove that they can be the quarterback. I mean, as a coaching staff, as a general manager, if those 2 are together with this decision, like you may assume, Keith, there, I feel like a decision needs to be made early on into training camp. I would say even before the first preseason game, so that you can really start building your offense and making sure the guy that is the starter is comfortable with the ones, to be going back and forth, rep after rep, now you get in, I mean, that's really not good for the receivers. It's not good for the offensive line. It's just not good for the player, the quarterback in general, in my opinion. I think that we need to have some certainty here going into like a couple weeks after training camp starts. But we'll start with you, Keith. Where you at with that, man? Like, how you feel about that? You think the competition should go all the way up to week 1?
It really depends how it's going. I don't think there should be a set date. Like, it's kind of just let it play out, and eventually someone's going to start taking command and they're going to start getting the more reps. But what I will say is, the longer this competition goes, there's going to be one person that's not going to hamper as much. As a matter of fact, it's going to favor him, and that's JJ McCarthy. The longer this competition goes, the more it's favoring JJ McCarthy. That means that Kyler Murray isn't distancing himself. He isn't proving that he could be the starter. Maybe he's having problems with the playbook. Maybe he's not looking accurate. And JJ McCarthy already knows this offense. So it's not like, if it was a short-term thing for JJ McCarthy, he'd be behind the 8 ball. Kyler Murray is. So the longer this competition goes, the more it actually benefits JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. Does he know the offense though? I don't know, man. Some people will say KOC had to dumb it down for him to know it. I don't know, man.
And I hate that. I hate that. People are like,
and I don't agree with that, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there.
No, people are complaining, KOC doesn't adjust his offense to fit his quarterback, and then they do. It's like, had to dumb it down. Didn't dumb shit down. And people say like, that they did less passes over the middle. He had more passes over the middle during the last 6 or 7 games that he played. I don't think they dumbed down anything. Maybe some shorter routes or something. Maybe tailored a little more to a first-time starting quarterback. Sure. I don't think they dumbed anything down.
Yeah. Where you at, Cody, when it comes to the competition leading all the way, like Ian Rappaport said, up to week 1, man? Where you at? What's your take on that?
I ran it off last night on it on our show on Let's Go.
Nice.
I think it's toxic to the team. I really think it's toxic to the team, and it's toxic to the 2 quarterbacks going in a competition with each other. Like, what is the competition bringing out in the player?
Yeah.
More talent? No, they're already talented. All right, figure out who the most talented player. That's the evaluation, right? Who's the most talented? That's going to be the starter. You should already have that figured out by them throwing the ball, layering the ball, hitting the out routes, hitting the down the field, and maybe they need to linger it on a little bit more, but don't linger it on right before week 1. We saw what happened when we added Carson Wentz to the quarterback room, and our quarterback room wasn't solidified until week before week 1, and the disaster happened. Right. Mm-hmm. So you need to solidify that quarterback room before week 1. Right.
Where you at? Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Cody.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think it's detrimental. It's also detrimental to McCarthy's progression, in my opinion, because you're only giving half the snaps. Just name him the starter if you really think he's better than Kyler Murray, right? Name him the starter so he gets all those reps, gets all that development going on with him, and then he's the starter for the season. Or give it to Kyler Murray because he needs to learn this playbook before week 1. I don't want him learning a playbook, cramming in like a college study session to try to pass this test a week out before the season because the dude can't even study a playbook how it is right now.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I don't like it. I don't like how it's going to play out.
Yeah. Nah, I'm with you on that. Where you at, Fish? Talk to us, Fish. OG, tell us. And first of all, Fish, have you ever seen a situation like this in your Viking fandism? Where two guys going to
a little while where
going to camp?
It was like Wade Wilson and
Kramer.
I feel like Tommy Kramer. I think it was right in the transition of the '80s. Wade was a pretty damn good backup, and then he ended up becoming our starter.
Yeah.
Like Keith said, I think that the only person who's truly getting hurt by this is Kyler Murray. JJ has, at least for the terminology-wise, being able to watch the plays run. He's actually played in the system for 10 games. So I think Shaq joined it. Oh, sorry.
Does his alarm usually go off? Shaq's alarm be going off?
His smoke alarm. I think the only person that really hurts is him. And look, man, I want a fair competition. I want the best person to play. When I joined you, Rap, first thing we went on about was my take on Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
It's not even close, right? Seems as though my take is kind of gaining some flesh around it from other people.
Yeah.
Now, to those of you out there watching this, when Fish from Let's SKOL says something about KOC changing his attack in his offense, I am not talking about dumbing down the offense. I'm talking about making a more balanced attack. Run the same damn pass plays, but run more run plays. Keep it balanced. Keep the chains moving. Help your quarterback that way. And rant.
I got some Fish. Who's the better quarterback right now?
Oh, J.J. McCarthy.
Then start him. Don't wait till the week before week 1. Why if you already know, then why aren't we starting him?
Because they have to wait for somebody else's starting quarterback to go down so they can trade Kyler Murray for a draft pick and never pay that man $1.
To me, that's why it doesn't make any sense. Start him then. If you really
sense.
think that you know who the better quarterback is, then that's who you need to start.
Yeah.
Right now, they don't know, and I don't like that from a coaching staff. Oh, I don't know who the better quarterback is.
Cody, my answer to that question is J.J. McCarthy. I'm not there at practice. I'm not evaluating. I'm just saying that all that bullshit from the beginning where it's not even close. It's not even close.
Yeah.
All that noise.
Yeah, because I mean, like that's kind of, and I'll say I probably lean towards that crew, especially at the beginning. I figured, man, listen, Kyler Murray to JJ, like, what are we talking about here, bro? This isn't. If any other 31 of any other team, if this was the situation, and Kyler, the whole world, I feel like would know that Kyler's going to be the starting quarterback. But again, as we went to, I think it was like the last 2 practices of OTAs, it felt like there was a shift. It felt like there was a little shift in kind of, not only the fan base, but just like the insiders in the building kind of just talking about how, hey, JJ kind of looks like he's gotten better over the offseason, man. Looks like he's been working on some things, and he's going to make this shit a battle for real. And I said that going into it, y'all. I was like, I always knew JJ McCarthy isn't going to lay down. Like, man, he's just not that type of guy, bro. He's not laying down. He's going to.
I think the interceptions didn't help, though, Rap.
Yeah. Yeah. You talking about
I said it for, I said it, when all was happening. I said, how many interceptions does this guy have to throw in practice before you say, wait a minute?
Yeah.
He ain't getting it. He ain't the better guy.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So one of the most interesting things that I heard over the last week when it pertains to the quarterback, right, was really 2, but we'll touch on this one first as the next topic, the next layer of this thing, is because Cody, you talked about obligation, right? When it comes to general manager Nolan Teasley. Chris Carter going on that podcast and saying, hey, in the building, I heard that it was the GM's guy. Like, that's who, JJ McCarthy, it was Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. That's who. Now, just to be clear, I don't buy it, but I will say I think there's some truth to it. Only because I don't think Chris Carter just going to get on a podcast, and I would hope that he just doesn't get on a podcast and lie and say, hey, I got people in the building. Damn, what happened? Whether you got superpowers over there, Keith, what the hell you got going on with your damn
Keep taking over,
man?
buddy.
What
Yeah,
in
get
the
that on me,
hell we
man.
got?
This ain't vocal bites no more.
It's supposed to go away.
There we go.
God damn, my boy got some, some good technology going on over there. But I mean, yeah, that Chris Carter take was kind of it was a question that needed to be answered. I think we was a lot of Vikings fans, including myself. I've always had in the back of my mind, like, I wonder if Kwesi had anything to do with it, because I always felt like, man, Kwesi just kind of stepped back when it came to the quarterback. Like, you got Kevin O'Connell. Why would you even get involved, Kwesi? There's no reason for you to even put your hands in that pot. Like, what do you know about quarterback play and who can be good and who can't? You know what I'm saying? Especially because he still was, quote unquote, green at being a GM. So I felt like it was all Kevin O'Connell making that pick. But, Chris Carter, again, saying that, it makes me believe, like, did Kwesi go over Kevin O'Connell's head? Maybe Kevin O'Connell wanted Bo Nix. Maybe Kevin O'Connell was a Bo. Hey, I'd rather Bo. And did Kwesi do we see a scenario? Hold on, let's let this play real quick. So,
happy birthday to a totally awesome SKOL dear. SKOL Mafia HBD brother. Beer sir. Here's to many more.
Let's go. Shout out. Happy birthday, SKOL Moth. Happy birthday, my SKOL bro, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. Let's start with you, Keith. We'll start at the top again. What'd you think when you heard that take, man? Do you believe it?
I think there's some truth to it. I don't think that KOC was like, hey, Kwesi, nah, I don't want this guy. We need to pivot off the quarterback. Yeah. The ones I wanted, they're gone. Let's look at defense or something like that. I don't think that's the case. I do think that, to an extent, KOC was on board. If anything, I think Kwesi may have mishandled the situation of trying to trade up to go after like Drake May, because there are rumors out there that the Vikings were trying to do that. That's why they acquired that second first-round pick. But then Kwesi was trying to get cute and trying to also throw in late picks from both teams, where the Vikings get the better end of the late round picks. So get real cute with it. And if the Patriots were even a little bit interested in talking, that killed everything. And I'm not saying that they would have, but I could see that of being an issue of maybe Kwesi trying to get a little too cute with the trade when, obviously Drake May was KOC's guy. But I don't think that KOC was like, hey, I don't want JJ. Let's do something else. I think it's like, all right, well, he's here. We can make this work. I think he was on board.
Yeah. Where you at, Cody?
I said it from the very beginning. I said JJ McCarthy was never KOC's guy. And I based this.
I'd like to see that beginning.
Damn, Cody. Hey, Cody on fire tonight, man. You ain't man. Cody on fire tonight, man. He's like, man,
did it start here or where?
Well, it started there with the Dallas Turner. That's why I want to bring up the Dallas Turner thing. If you look in the green, if you look the reactions during the green room thing, right? Yeah. It was with every other draft pick. It was KOC on the phone. Hey, we're fired up for you being here. It's the same line to every single draft pick. Yeah. If you look at the Dallas Turner pick, KOC's eyes lit up like whoa, you find it's like you finally drafted a good player, in my opinion, and that surprised KOC. I think the way he did it and the way he got Dallas Turner. This is hot take, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think he was never KOC's guy. I think Kwesi just went, hey, we needed a quarterback. We lost on Kirk. We're going to go draft JJ McCarthy. I already forgot his name because I don't even like him anymore. But Drake May
as he's wearing the jersey, y'all.
As I'm wearing the jersey.
As he's wearing the jersey, y'all.
But I think Drake May was his
playing
guy
for the Vikings, but not glazing them.
It's not glazing it. We're just not glazing JJ McCarthy right now.
Yeah. But you should be. You're wearing the jersey.
Yeah. He's like, man, you know what? I'm just keep my mouth shut here. Fish, Where you at with it?
All right, so Rap, let me ask you, going back to that draft.
Yeah.
When you were looking at the QBs that were available in the first round, who were your top three?
My top
realistically, top three that you wanted.
Jaden Daniels was my number one. That's who I wanted. Number one. Then
I'm with you there.
Then it was Caleb Williams as my number two. And then Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy, and then Caleb Williams. That was my like top three right there.
Anybody who thinks that the Minnesota Vikings didn't have a threshold of this is who we want at this position for the quarterbacks is kidding to themselves.
Yeah.
And you asked me a minute ago, kind of like an OG question about have I ever seen something like this? Let me go back in my memory for something else. There was a time not too long ago, well, maybe too long ago, where general managers said, shut up. I'll pick the players. You coach them.
Yeah.
So did he maybe not check with KOC? I'm sure he did. And maybe McCarthy was KOC's number 3 quarterback, number 4 quarterback, maybe, you know. But if he pulled the trigger, so damn what? He's general manager. He's over the scouting department. They're the ones that tell him, here's the good players. Here's what we think. Man, we giving too much power to these people who are not in that lane. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you're going to bring this up later, but talk about Justin Jefferson leaning in on who should be the starting quarterback. Just catch the damn ball, whoever's throwing it to you.
He's still getting ridden, rolling on the floor laughing.
So if Kwesi said, I'm making this call,
rolling on the floor,
we're getting JJ McCarthy right here. QB whisperer, whisper.
Yeah.
And then the look of shock on KOC's face about Dallas Turner being picked looked more to me like, you didn't check in with me on that. You made the decision.
How much did we trade?
Yeah, how much did we trade? But I'm just saying, anybody making a big deal out of them trying to roll the bus 6 months after the fact, once again over Kwesi, that corpse is dead. Stop trying to make him the scapegoat for everything.
Still. It is, Fish. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up though, because we talk about Cody talked about there's no obligation there. This makes me feel like, okay, yeah, Nolan Teasley, obviously he's just now entering the building. So yeah, he has no strings attached at all. But if that was the case, right? Let's say if it was Kwesi that actually said, I'm going over you, Kevin O'Connell, and I know this isn't where the direction you want to go, and you had another option, even if it wasn't drafting a quarterback that year. He may have been at the spot like, hey, the guy we wanted is not here. Let's go a different direction and wait till the following draft because I don't feel comfortable with any of these quarterbacks that are left. Speaking of Penix or speaking of Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, and wasn't there one more quarterback in that draft, I believe, that was the left, but whatever. So I say that to say, now that lets us know if that is the case, Kevin O'Connell has no obligation to even want to keep JJ McCarthy. Like he could be in the same boat and saying, bro, this was Kwesi's guy, bro. Like for now, I'm the head coach. So yes, I'm going to support the kid. I ain't like I want to see the kid do bad, but when it all said and done, this isn't my option, man. His play style is not what I'm looking for. You know, so that could be, that's why I say that
McCarthy is secretly a diamond.
It could get interesting, you know.
And then I would expect Teasley to come back with, I'm going to check what the investment is.
Yeah.
Because, we talked about this pretty much at length. What if Kyler Murray balls out for us? What does it look like next year? Do we let him walk instead of paying him $55-60 million?
Yeah.
Or do we think if JJ McCarthy can turn out to be good, if our damn coach would actually do his job, could the 5th-year option on him be a better play?
Yeah.
Or do we just kind of ride out the rookie quarterback to $1.3 million and draft another quarterback in next year's draft?
I think KOC is giving him McCarthy every single option possible. He's giving him 50% of the reps. This is going to linger on to week 1. He's giving him everything right now. Show me if you want to still be here.
Yeah.
So like blaming KOC for not wanting JJ McCarthy, he's giving him everything right now. Hey, you're taking 50% reps from a actual proven quarterback in this league that is way more talented than you. I'm going to lean your direction. Here you go. Show me what you got. If you don't got it, you're gone.
Yeah.
What criteria makes you say that he's more talented?
Yeah, maybe that's his guy then, Cody.
What's criteria makes him more talented? Being a number 1 draft pick and a quarterback.
Oh, we haven't had any busts that were drafted number 1 overall.
Yeah, see, the thing is, you draft the talent, right? He has all the talent in the world. Doesn't mean he's going to be good in the NFL. There's a whole difference between talent and actually being professional in the league.
I know the difference between talent, skills, work ethic.
Yeah. Where you at, Keith? I mean, talk to us, man. Where you at with that whole thing? I mean, I think it's a sticky situation depending on what's true and what's not.
No, it definitely is. But we talked about this a little bit last night. Chris Carter is a Vikings legend. So you do got to take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, you have to believe that he does have some ears inside the building.
Yeah.
So I do believe that maybe that's said. But again, I don't think that KOC was like, let's go a different route. And JJ McCarthy's there. That's not who I want. And Quasi was like, nah, we're taking him. I do think they came together and made that decision together. But I also did say once Quasi got fired, KOC was absolved of anything and got a clean slate. And that's kind of where he's at right now. So now he needs to decide with this clean slate, am I going to ride with JJ McCarthy or not? He got a preview of it. And he might like JJ McCarthy more than we've seen. This whole Kyler Murray thing could have just been to get the best out of JJ McCarthy because we all knew that they were going to bring in competition for JJ McCarthy. That was a given. Now, it just happened to be that Kyler Murray was available for $1 million. So I was like, oh, well, this competition is going to be a little bit better than we expected.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, bro, it's going to listen. I feel like last year I was like, yo, this is one of the most exciting training. And maybe it's just every year just because it's just the Viking fan in us, bro. I feel like I say that shit every year. But but every year, though, like, to be fair, as Minnesota Vikings fans, to be fair, we always got some shit going on. Like, it's never just, what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Going into training camp. We always got some extra shit going on, man. So, like, this year, once again, the anticipation is built up because we have a situation on our hands and it's not just surface level. There's a lot of factors that are in play right now on what's going to happen, not only in 2026, but moving forward. And I think it's important to figure it out sooner than later. And I think we're going to get some signs here early on in training camp, in my opinion, even going back to during the season. There was a bunch of times where I felt like Kevin O'Connell didn't like JJ McCarthy. And I felt like there were times JJ McCarthy didn't like Kevin O'Connell. They just felt like there was just a disconnect, man. Their personalities. Some people may say, well, they're just joking on the podium, man. I don't know, man. From what I was reading from it, man, they just, to me, when they get in front of the podium, they're politically correct. But like, there's certain things, their feelings they can't hide. And I don't know. I just don't see the connection there, man. I just really don't. So I'm curious to see how this shit pans out.
Yeah, start with the soft benching someone brought up.
Yeah.
The
being mad at the gritty fish, I mean, just a couple, there was a couple little shits, man.
I'm going to defend KOC a little bit the being mad at the gritty, which, okay, it's dumb that he got mad at it, but I guess in practice he did that and he fumbled the ball without being touched. So KOC told him not to do it and he still did it. And not only that, then he goes on camera after, oh, he told me not to do it, but I still did it.
Right.
That's where he kind of messed up.
So you don't respect your coach. So that's what that is. It's like he has no respect for KOC. You don't respect him. You know what I mean? So how is that going to work? That's what I question.
He's going to have to earn it. I don't think it's like KOC not liking you. It's like, all right, this kid needs to grow up. And how are we going to do that?
Not going to if my coach slammed me for the birth of my child and missing a practice. Yeah, I'd probably take some shots back in too because I ain't nobody's bitch.
Yeah, there you go, Fish. You brought that up too. I forgot all about that one. But again, see, we're calling out these situations that just aren't normal between your young quarterback and your head coach, man. And Kevin O'Connell.
What's going to give you your peace and tranquility, Rap?
What's that?
All we got to do is draft a surefire Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, easier.
And then you will have your peace.
Yeah. Easier said than done, man. We're trying. Maybe JJ turns into that guy this year, man. Maybe he shocks the world. Again, just to be clear, And I know Cody probably feels the same way. The Vikings fan and us, like, I wouldn't be mad. Like, I feel like people think like, oh, Rap don't want to see JJ. Bro, listen, I was the biggest JJ fan in the world. You hear me? Like, I pounded the tape. People got sick of me talking about JJ. They're like, bro, you know we have 52 other players, Rap. Like, damn, you glazing the hell out, Jay. Bro, that's how much I believed in the kid, and that's how much I was riding for him. But, you know, I'm also evidence-based. And, like, once I see something, I kind of got to step back and say, okay, now I got some evidence to work with now. This isn't just hype and just kind of talking. Now we see what it is. And I think about his rankings and where he was when we ended the season, and me to try to think he can go from that to jumping to a top 16 quarterback. I mean, that there's a lot of work to be done. That's all I'm saying. You know, we've seen Kyler Murray be able to play with the big boys at some point in his career already. So I think the body of works, that's what makes me lean a little more towards Kyler, thinking we have a better opportunity to win more football games going that route. You know,
what if I told you it wasn't a lot of work?
Yeah.
What if I told you it wasn't a lot of work?
Sell me on it, Fish. Sell me on it. Sell me.
Okay.
Because real quick, Fish, what quarterback in the past have we seen be damn near bottom in everything, and then the following year turns into all of a sudden now he's, you know, in the mix with the above average. You know what I mean? Just one, he could be one step above average. We ain't asking him to be Tom Brady this year. I don't expect that. Case Keenum. I love Case, man. My boy.
So
we would have had a Super Bowl right now.
Would you maybe respect the word of Tom Brady?
Yeah. No, I love Tom Brady.
Okay. Tom Brady called our game. Who did we play? Maybe it was the first Lions game.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing his commentary of the game and was watching JJ throw and made the simplest call. He said he needs to just get over the top of the ball, get the nose pointed down, and everything's going to come into place.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that simple. The ball was sailing on JJ. He was throwing too hard. He gets over the top of it. It's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
There it is. There's your leap.
I think there's more though, Fish, man. I mean, I get you. I see where you're going, but man, there's more to his game that he needs to work on. Man, he held the ball a lot. He held on to the ball.
Every quarterback in that system holds the ball. You have to. You have to make 5 to 7 reads.
True.
And 10 yards down the field. I mean, Sam Darnold had a problem with that here.
True, but is he going to be able to do it though? You know, because he has to be able to do it. I mean, Kirk Cousins did it somewhat, I guess, if you're going to say. I mean, Kirk Cousins was pretty successful at KOC's offense, if you ask me, as far as being able to throw the ball. So, I mean, and Sam Darnold too. So, like, I don't know. I just can JJ take that leap this soon in the game, being that now we're in a competition situation where it's like, all right, bro, somebody had a great point. I think it, and I hope I get it right. Who said it? I think maybe Albert Breer, who said the scholarship years are over now for JJ. There is no more, little JJ, he's young, you know, develop. No, that shit's done now, bruh. Like you're a big boy now. You know what I mean? Like it's time to you either gonna get us to where we want to go or you ain't playing. Hold on, let me get Shaq on. Shaq, my guy, man, he made it. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on, let me change the setting up real quick so we can get a little bigger in here. Let me see what looks the best. There we go. That don't look bad. Yeah, because that's too small. There we go. I will rock with that. Shaq, man, what's good, bro?
Not much. Shit. Just get off of work. Overtime and shit.
Hey, gotta get to it, Bubba. Gotta get to it, man. Well, I'm glad you were able to join us here. You know, for sure, man. We missed you. So we're right now. Okay.
I heard some Sam Donald talk. I came just in time, right?
Yeah, you came just in time. So you know where we at right now? You tapped in. You know where we at right now when we talking about this quarterback. Fish about to sell me on why JJ McCarthy, why we shouldn't be worried, man, because he gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And I want to buy it. So but yeah, so you heard what I said, Shaq. You can just jump in right now too. Where are you at with that when it comes to JJ? Do you see a world where JJ goes from where he was last year to this year having to be a top 16 quarterback? Because I think he needs to be that if we want our team to be good. And that's just the reality. Like, we need a quarterback that's going to be able to be a little bit above average. All right, we can't deal with no below average quarterback and expect to go deep in the playoffs. I just don't see a world where that happens.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be asking for a lot because I know we all complain, if you don't have a good offensive line blocking, then your quarterback may struggle. I just feel like if JJ McCarthy could overcome when our offensive line is having deficiencies with missed blocking assignments and he doesn't get panicked as Sam Donald was on the Jets when he said he was seeing ghosts. As long as we could avoid that and then build JJ McCarthy's trust in the KOC's offense, I mean, we can get a second opportunity, second chance to see what we supposed to see from JJ McCarthy. Because, he was injured a lot. He came off injury his rookie season. So it's kind of like him getting thrown into one of the hardest offenses to learn, getting his feet back under him. It was just a lot for him to learn last year. So I'm hoping he could be top 16. But the thing is, we don't have to rush it this time. There's no rush for him to be that type of quarterback. As long as he takes it slow, I know everybody's complaining about we're about to be having to pick up his 5th-year option if he earns it. But I like the competition. I like where we at.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I got a question for everybody on the panel with this. We talked Nolan Teasley has command of the 53.
Yeah.
Right? If he has command of the 53 and McCarthy does become quarterback 1, how bad was Kyler Murray if J.J. McCarthy struggles during the year? And who does the blame fall on now?
Good question, man. Start with you, Keith. Talk to us.
Well, that was obviously Rob B. He was the GM when we signed Kyler
Murray.
No
one has the command of 53 right now. If he chooses McCarthy to start and he's bad, right?
Well, he chooses the 53. He
chooses
chooses the 53, Cody. He hasn't chose who the starter is.
Yeah.
Okay, so he chooses that it's going to be Carson Wentz over Max Brosmer. But he's not telling KOC who has to be the starting quarterback. He may be telling KOC we need to let this thing play out a little longer, this competition, because he wants to see it. But at the end of the day, it's going to be KOC making the call who's QB1.
Mm-hmm.
Where you at? Where you at with it, Fish?
I mean, people can be bad at practice and be a gamer too. I mean, I made a take that we would start Kyler Murray the first few games of the season. He would play like garbage because KOC would think, I can run my offense like the way I want to with him, and he ain't going to be able to do it. And then JJ come in and start winning because KOC be like, okay, I guess I'll run the ball more. Ultimately, this is a redshirt year for Nolan Teasley. Mm-hmm. However this team goes this year is on KOC. The entire offseason was Rob Brzezinski and KOC with heavy influence from the coaching staff, if you all will recall. Rob Brzezinski was going to lean on the coaching staff. The 2026 Vikings is KOC's team. We win 4 games this year. It's KOC's ass that's on fire while Rob Brzezinski's sitting back there going, I did my best.
Yeah.
And then that's all there is to it. So KOC has everything on the line for this season. He better make the right decisions, whatever that may be. I'll leave it up to the professionals, and I'll critique afterward like the Sunday morning quarterback that I am, or Monday morning quarterback, whatever. So it's all on Kevin O'Connell. And all the political speak in the world ain't going to change nothing if he fails.
Yeah.
What if he wins 4 games with just McCarthy? It's tough talk.
Then you're right. And you can tell me I'm full of hot air and bullshit.
I feel like there's some shit that be going down.
Fish. If the worst possible thing happens, Fish, then what?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Some might say that winning 4 games this year wouldn't be the worst possible thing that happens. Because that means we get our top 5 draft pick.
And who you
So-
and if that's the case, Fish, because you sound like you're a little excited about that. Who you eyeing? Who you eyeing, man? Manning?
I'm not excited.
Manning?
I'm just looking at all the contingency plans, Rap.
Who would you
Right,
get,
that's
Manning?
Turner.
No, I'm not. I don't know.
More?
Look, Rap. I don't watch any college football.
Oh,
I
okay.
let the smart kids tell me who to look out for, and then I start paying attention.
Right.
Don't worry, Fish. I got you. We'll trade it for Derek Stingley Jr.
There we
Straight
go.
up.
Stingley. Hey. Sign me up, cuz.
Carson
Very
Wentz,
good.
starting quarterback, 2027. Right, Shaq?
I
We got JJ.
I have one more situation on the quarterback, and then we'll move to some a different position group because I do, you know. Are you guys speaking of time? Are you guys good? How long you guys got on time?
Friday night.
Friday night. Okay, cool.
We good.
Just to make sure because I
Shaq
know.
just got here. You got him for hours.
Let's go, man. Shout out Shaq. I'm glad my boy pulled up though, man. I was like, damn, my dog at, man. Like, let's get it. I wanted the whole crew on, even though
he's
you know,
gonna be
he
like,
held it
I
down.
can't say I had the whole Let's Go on my show. I got to do it again now.
I'm telling you, we would have to do it again. But we gonna run it back for sure, regardless. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, I ain't answering that text message.
Fuck, man. Fish ain't gonna let me lay that shit down, bro. Damn, bro. I'm such a bad friend.
Call
bro.
him next time.
Call me. Thank you, Fish. Call me, bro. Please call me. If I don't text back, be like, man, fuck
Oh,
it. If I see a missed call,
like you wouldn't see that, you'd be like, swipe straight to voicemail.
Nah.
Oh,
I'll
he
never
called
do
me
that
a
shit.
second time. Block. I don't know what happened.
Damn, bro, I gotta change the narrative around here, man. You know, I feel like Kyler Murray with the video game shit, man. You know, I gotta change the narrative, man. Please, everybody that has my number, call me tonight. I'm picking up first fucking ring. You hear me? Like, hey, we changing that narrative starting today. You know,
Let's test that right now.
But I wanted to talk about a situation. This is the last on the topic with the quarterbacks because I think this was very interesting, and I know you guys probably saw the Steve Smith bit on Kyler Murray.
Down Charlie.
Yeah. So that was a very interesting take and a very good one. First of all, right? Because like you know, I love when. First of all, Steve Smith, I used to not like how he talked ball. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I love him as a player. I love everything about him when he was on the field, straight savage, make people want to commit penalties and stuff like that, and they try to push him to that limit. So everything about Steve Smith, I enjoy during his football career. When he first started talking football, to me, I was like, I don't know, man, I'm just not buying it enough. But then I heard that take, and I'm like, you know what, man, he's bringing just facts to the table. And just calling it for really what it is. You know what I mean? There's really nothing you can't really dispute what he was talking about there. And when he talks about Kyler Murray and he talks about 9 yard, anything from 0 to 9, Kyler Murray is one of the best quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, in the league, bruh. Like he's up there with the best, right? Damn near number one. I think it was 85%, if I'm not mistaken. I think Steve
Something
Smith
like
said,
that, yeah.
which is crazy, right? So you look at that and you're like, damn, that sounds good. Once you get past 9, and it's crazy how ironic that it's 9.
He's not getting past 9.
I mean, this shit is all just coming together now, too. It had to be 9 yards. It couldn't be 11 or no shit like that. It had to be 9.
Hey, let me tell you this. Look up a Viking like mythology and look up the number 9. The number 9 is something like Viking rituals and everything they did. The number 9.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, Google that after this.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I will,
Sorry to
bro.
go
This
off on a
shit is wild.
He ain't
bro.
gonna Google it, Keith.
Yeah,
I'm gonna text it to him.
Probably. Yeah, text it to me.
I will.
Text it to me. Text it to me. There's a 50% chance I read it. But you know, like that was it was a great take, and it made me think, right? Like, if there are some advantages that I think JJ McCarthy will have, it makes me feel like if you can get that those intermediate passes down pat, get that accuracy up, and obviously JJ has the arm to do it. That's where he can probably impress KOC, because when you look at our offense, that's what it consists of. Like you have to be able to hit those throws past 9 yards. Like we can't dink and dunk all fucking season. I guess you could if you can figure out a way to mold your offense around it, which we know Kevin O'Connell isn't going to do that. He didn't do that with JJ McCarthy when he first came in as a damn quote unquote rookie playing his first year last year. He threw him right in and expected him to run the full playbook, you know, until the quote unquote dumb it down, whatever the case may be. And then JJ started looking a little better. But, you know, I just want your guys' let's just go around the panel, talk about that, because I think it's going to be a battle for Kyler Murray. For the ones who thought, oh, this thing may be easy for Kyler Murray to come in, he's going to win the job ASAP. I don't know, man. When you look at those numbers, we got to be fair. He might actually look bad, and it may tell the story on why we saw all those heard about all those interceptions the last 2 practices out there, like trying to throw it past 9 yards. But where are you at, man? We'll start with let's start with Shaq, man, since you just got on the show, man.
So currently where I'm at with it is I'm hoping that's, you know, Kyle Murray had like a bad time in running the Arizona offense, because I know like most of his good passes was when he had just got DeAndre Hopkins, that 2022 season.
Yeah.
And they were just airing it out, throwing it deep. Hopkins making amazing catches. And then when Hopkins got too old, then he had to rely on throwing it to Trey McBride and hand the ball off to, I forgot the starting running back that they got from the Steelers. But it wasn't really working out for them. And then it was forcing Kyler Murray to basically, you have to be the quarterback to win these games. So if we could dial it back, you know, maybe get him feeling in the groove. I seen that he was working out with Addison during the offseason. So maybe, you know, him and Addison could get the connection open up the middle of the field, because like you guys are saying, most of KOC's offense is getting guys open in the middle of the field between the numbers.
Yep.
Because when you look at it, Justin Jefferson usually open, and you'd be like, how's he this wide open? It's because KOC schemes it that way. It's just up to the quarterbacks to know when he's going to be open and get the ball to the open receivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, facts. Where you at, Fish?
When did we sign Kyler Murray?
Was
it March?
I thought it was was it before the draft or after the draft? I thought it was after. Was it before the draft?
It was beginning of the league year. It was March, right? We signed.
Drop it in the chat, y'all. Yeah, somebody drop it in the chat.
I think it was before the draft.
Okay.
Because he had to
so I'm gonna go back 4 months and reenact something for you, Rap.
Okay.
Kyler Murray is ass.
He signed March 12th.
Square peg in a round hole, and the only good thing about signing him is he's $1.3 million. There ain't no slants in the KOC game plan.
Yeah.
I've only seen 2 swing passes in the KOC game plan in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
It doesn't go to his skill set. He's going to have to throw the ball deep. He's going to have to throw the outs. He's going to have to throw it over the middle. And what you're telling me is now he ain't been particularly good at that for the last few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where I'm at, Rap.
Man. Yeah. Where you at, Cody, man? I know you want to go off, bro.
So there's two additions that Minnesota Vikings did, right, that added to this team. One before the Kyler Murray and one right after the Kyler Murray, right? It was the hiring of Frank Smith from Miami. Miami utilizes 65% of their pass routes and short area throws, right? That's from the Frank Smith from when he was learning from Mike McDaniels. Now adding Juwan Jennings, the second guy, the second addition. What is Juwan Jennings really good at?
Yeah.
Short blocking area concepts and blocking. This offense is going to change for Kyler Murray. It's already had the path forward. Adding Frank Smith added Kyler Murray to this offense. Look up the data. It's right there for you. You can smile all you want. 65% of the throws. 65%.
I'm smirking.
Oh, I'm gonna smile my ass off, man.
65% of the throws were short route area concept throws. Check down Charlie. Thank you, Steve, for realizing that. Yes, he is, and that's what we're going to go forward with.
Don't forget about Max Ferguson.
Oh, man, you must have forgot who our head coach is, man. Our head coach is not Frank Smith, and Juwan Jennings is not the focal point of our offense. Like, those two guys are not in here to change.
Why are we adding them, Keith? Why are we adding them if Juwan Jennings can't catch intermediate field pass down
operational positions that every football team has? I do think he wants help with the running game. I do think that, and Frank Smith is good with that. And all the other coaches they brought in are good with the running game, but they didn't bring in Juwan Jennings to make him the focal point and say, you know what, we got a quarterback that can't throw over 10 yards. Kelsey's like, you know what? I'm not going to throw it over 10 yards. That's
It's
not
the
what I'm
health.
doing.
He's going to throw it over 10 yards. That's going to Jefferson. I know. But you had to add a piece to the offense to help Kyler Murray out going forward, and they added 2 pieces.
Cody's Charlie Brown and KOC's Lucy with that football rap.
Yeah.
He's not going to pull it this time.
He's being sincere. He's going to leave it there.
Well, we'll see how the offense looks during training camp. See if it changes, because it's got to change for McCarthy too. It's got to be the same thing as what Murray's good at. That's how you're going to get McCarthy to be good.
I think
I'm just saying
McCarthy's more able to do what KOC wants.
I don't think so. I think he's the same player.
Is he? It didn't look like it last year.
Did not look like it last year. It looked like shit last year. It looked like dog shit.
You should look at our podcast from the first year to the second year and how
I know.
much
After you watch a few
better.
games of McCarthy, you realize something in that second year.
You realize you get better when you're doing something for the first time.
Hold on. So is this how it goes over there, man? You know, hey, we got Cody's like, bro, I am not on this JJ bullshit, man. As he's wearing the jersey, ladies and gentlemen, just
as he had them on his background,
yeah.
You know.
It's the only jerseys I have.
Yeah, this is how it goes. We don't agree. We don't agree on much.
You don't agree on that, okay? But you need that though. That's for good. That's for definitely a good
man.
panel for sure. I mean, Keith, what do you think? What do you think about it though, man?
No, like you said, I think Steve Smith hit it on the head. You've seen a lot of Viking fans talk about Kyler Murray's completion percentage because his completion percentage is like 65-68%. Like that just came out on some graphic, and you know when that happens, all social media starts posting, and all the Viking fans like, oh, he's so accurate. Someone had to put it into context, and that's what Steve Smith did. Great from 9 yards and in, but he's one of the worst from 10 yards and out. And when you go like to 15 yards and more, it's even worse. And he said you have to be able to have those plays.
Yeah.
You have to be able to, and especially in KOC's offense, they don't run a lot of plays that are 9 yards and slants. Like they're complex. Like even Kirk Cousins said he struggled with the plays. I don't know. I could see there being a real problem for Kyler Murray. It's not plug and play. And the fact that he's not getting all the reps, you can't tell me that, you know, KOC's changing his offense.
Yeah, I don't think he would change his offense at all. But I mean, I think he should. You know, I think he should change his offense. There's a difference. There's a difference. Like I think he should change it or based around the skill set of your quarterback. I always go to the Ravens when they transitioned from Joe Flacco to Lamar. That's why I have so much respect for Harbaugh and his staff, because they wasted no time to realize, oh, Lamar Jackson isn't Joe Flacco, not even close. We have to now adjust, and they did, and they didn't get stuck in their ways, man, to where Kevin O'Connell, to me, I feel like he just feels like no matter who the quarterback is, they should just be able to do the shit that he writes down on the whiteboard. And we kind of seen it with Josh Dobbs, you know, even though, I mean, I never expected Josh Dobbs to be a great quarterback or even a good quarterback from the beginning, but still, you know, we saw the downfall of trying to make a quarterback that has one skill set that can do something really good. Kevin O'Connell fucking goes against the grain every single time. I do worry about that with Kyler Murray. But I also, on the flip side, fellas, the same question is can JJ McCarthy do the shit? Because like we got to be honest with each other here. We don't have proof that he can even run Kevin O'Connell's offense to full capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't. I mean, shit, we don't really have a ton of confidence where we can sit back and say, oh, yeah, JJ McCarthy going into this year, bro, he's going to have KOC's playbook down. He's going to go out there and run that, execute that shit at a high level. Do y'all? Is there anybody on the panel that feels like that going into this season?
I just miss Sam Donald so much right now.
I feel like I'd rather see that. Like,
yeah.
This whole thing with Kyler Murray is just like kind of like taking us off our track.
Yeah.
Because this is a 1 year thing. Whether Kyler Murray is good or bad, it's a 1 year thing. If he's bad, why would we want him back? If he's good, he's going to get overpaid somewhere. Vikings are not going to pay this man $50 million just because of what happened with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold got $35 million.
Why?
Kyler Murray's going to get over 50 and multiple years guaranteed. Sam Darnold got 1 year guaranteed at 35.
So So I'm gonna push back on it a little bit, Keith, man. I feel like if Kyler Murray is good, you got to invest in that, man. You have to invest in that, especially after what happened with Sam Darnold. I mean, it doesn't matter because the ultimate goal is to hold up that trophy. So, and it only takes one season to do it. And we saw, and and Sam Darnold is a prime example of that. So I would hate to let Kyler walk out the door, especially if he looks good. Like, let's just say he has a season similar to Sam Darnold. Bro, you got to run that shit back, bro. Like if he and I don't think he's going to break the bank and want 60 million. I don't think he'll be market value. I think at the end of the day, we'll probably be able to get him. And we got to keep in mind, he is a Vikings fan. So like when I think of Kyler, I think he's going to want to stay and give us some type of discount. But would we be mad with 40 million market value? Because it'll probably be around 40. Would we be mad at that if we win 13 games with Kyler?
I mean, there was some fans who didn't want to give Sam Darnold 25 million.
And we regret it now. We should have kept him.
The fact that Nolan Teasley saw Sam Darnold walk into his organizational door, it says everything. Kyler Murray's good. He's going to re-sign Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
The fact he walked out of the door that Sam Darnold just won a Super Bowl for him says that it wasn't because of him.
Yeah. I don't know. To say that it's going to be interesting to say the least, man. You know, I think either way, one of the two guys isn't going to be here next year for sure, and JJ is one of the two, unfortunately. Like if he doesn't play this year because Kyler Murray stays healthy, he's out of there. Can we agree to that?
About it. It might not even take the whole season for one of them to be gone. I mean, if JJ McCarthy wins it, Kyler's out before week 1.
You think so?
I think either quarterback.
I mean, I don't.
Oh, so are we talking about a trade before week 1 after this training camp start?
If JJ McCarthy is announced starting quarterback week 1, Kyler Murray will be traded before week 1.
Oh wow!
I seen it last year. I'm not trying to do that again.
Your room is already filled though. If you go down to your third quarterback, you ain't. If you go down to your second quarterback, you ain't winning. We're all got this imagination because we were so good with our backup quarterbacks making conference championships that's the way. If you go down to your second quarterback, you're not winning. I'm sorry. We're the only team in the NFL that does it for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to rely on Carson Wentz.
Yeah, me neither.
You're losing.
But are you trying to rely on a Kyler Murray that got beat out by JJ McCarthy?
Yes.
Or JJ McCarthy that got beat out by Kyler Murray?
Make it make sense.
Hey, Rap, here's something I think. Let me make this clear. With the addition of Kyler Murray, just my humbles, but I think that KOC sees the potential to maybe I can run my offense the way I want it with this number 1 overall pick who was part of a bad organization. Mm-hmm. That's probably the mindset. Mm-hmm. However, if he's compelled to have to go with JJ, there's a higher probability that he will say, okay, I guess I got to run the ball a little more if I want to win. Mm. So he will probably go guns blazing. Let's see what the number 1 overall pick of a bad organization can do. Use all his talent. Try to run my offense the way I want. And it could be spectacular, and it could be really bad if those stats come to fruition, like Steve Smith said, right?
Yeah.
But like I said, and it's not a guarantee because KOC is stubborn. He's proud. If he's forced to go with 9, he'll probably say, well, we won those 5 games ugly. So I guess we can try to play ugly if I want to save my job.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We'll move off the quarterback talk, man. That was a great conversation. Obviously, we have 8 days now to get this show started, man. That shit's gonna be exciting, man. Next week, this time right here, man, we'll be, it'd be like going almost the day before the first day of school. You know what I'm saying? Like I got lay my outfit out and shit for the first practice, man. I'm trying to see what's happening because I think day 1, the shit's gonna start coming out instantly. We're not going to have to wait at all. Next Saturday evening, we'll already have some shit, man. There'll be video evidence, all type of stuff. All the insiders are going to be talking, oh, this happened and that happened. So I'm going to be excited, man. I can't wait for next week this time here. But let's move on to some rookies. I want to kind of get your guys' take, and I've heard some of your takes on your show, but let's just do it for the sake of being on Vocal Vike tonight. One rookie, I want everybody to name their favorite rookie. We'll start with Keith. Where are you at with it? Your favorite rookie, and what type of impact do you think he's going to have in 2026?
Man, it's really hard, actually, because like I like them all. Like here, I'm not all over the moon for any of them, to be honest.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go ahead and snake Jacoby.
Yeah, let's go.
I really wanted Dylan Thieneman, and we didn't get him. And then when I saw that we drafted Jacoby, I was like, what are we doing here? Because I'm not gonna act like I knew who he was before. I had to go do my homework afterwards, and just seeing the kind of football player that he is and the dog that he has in him, I was like, oh, okay, we might have actually found one here. And there are people saying like, yeah, he had one good year and that was with Miami, but he played or Louisiana or something like that before that, and he wasn't this guy. He had to be, surrounded by a good defense and infrastructure. I'm like, well, what do we have?
Yeah,
we got a good defense infrastructure. We got B-Flow. Like, this guy's gonna be the dog in the defense, and it's at a position that we need. Like, he is gonna get a chance to be a starter on this team.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, man, Jacoby, I think he really has a chance to be something special for us.
Real quick, before we get to you, Cody, on yours, with the Jacoby bit, people obviously know my take on Harrison Smith and how I feel about 2026 and him kind of, I guess, holding out in a way because he hasn't officially came out and said he's retiring. So, like, you talk about Jacoby, and I feel the same way about that kid, man. Just like, I think he's going to be a stud for us. But, like, I have an issue with the way Harrison Smith goes about things. And I love Harrison Smith, and he's just to be clear, he's one of my favorite Vikings of all time. And I think he can bring some type of value, even if he decided to play this year. But I don't want it to take away from guys like Jacoby to get their opportunity to be the new face of that position group. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Jacoby starts week 1, week 2, week 3. He's looking really good. He's out there doing his thing. And then all of a sudden, Harrison Smith picks up the phone and says, you know what? I'm tired of golfing, man. I'm ready to come back and play some football. And because it's Harrison Smith, Kevin O'Connell, the respect has already been built. Rightfully so. They're just going to say, come on back. And now are you now putting a guy like Jacoby Thomas in a spot where now he has to take a step back because now he's going to have to either go to the bench because they're obviously going to want to start Harrison Smith just based off of who he is, or split reps at that point. So to me, man, it's just one of those situations, again, when it comes to a storyline that are surrounding the Vikings with Harrison Smith. I want him to make a decision sooner than later. I mean, I'm not against him saying, hey, I want to play, but I think he needs to do it before week 1, bruh. Like, for real, bro. You either gonna ride with us from the beginning or don't ride at all, dog. Don't try to join us once you see we about to go make a playoff run. Nah, bruh. I don't like.
Do you think the Vikings might know like his decision already, and it's just like
possible? Yeah,
so I just like letting it play. Okay, we know you're gonna come back. A week before the first preseason game.
Yeah, it's
because
possible.
I mean they haven't gone out and signed anybody. Like, it's not like they added depth to that area.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to touch on that.
I never thought about, like you said, like, oh yeah, Jacoby's doing good. And, hey, Jay Ward's out there looking good too. We're 4 weeks in, we're 4-0. Oh, now Harrison's like, oh man, 4-0. This team's going to the playoffs.
Yeah. I want to go play again.
I never thought about that, man. Like, I would like him. I would like him to be there now if he's going to be there, just because having guys like Jay Ward and Jacoby would benefit greatly from having someone like Harrison Smith out there.
Absolutely. Even in a coaching role. I know a lot of us fans talked about that, so we wouldn't be opposed to that either. Cody, where you at with it, man? What your rookie that you got your eye on, and what type of impact are you expecting from that said player?
So I had 2 rookies, but I want to save Charles Dimmings for someone else.
Nice.
I think he's going to be a great player.
Nice.
My rookie I brought on last show in a hot take is Damon Claiborne. I didn't think he was going to make this roster when we drafted him in the 6th round. But the talks coming out of camp is saying he is doing very well. He's fitting what KOC wants in this offense. And you can kind of see how he's trying to mirror the Lions run a KOC offense better than what KOC can run his own offense at, right? Yeah. It's the same exact offense. They got an outside zone running back that loves to run it outside of the tackle. That's what we want to do. And Damon Claiborne fits that role, and Jahmyr Gibbs does. And he's also a receiving back. something that you can check down to that we did see a lot when Aaron Jones played his second best career season while here in his very first year here. So I can see Damon Claiborne being a surprise for us as Minnesota Vikings fans, and I think he will be a surprise.
Nice. You know, I'm buying that, man. That's one of my favorite for sure. So I'm absolutely buying that, man. Where you at, Fish? Who's yours?
The guy that I want to go to the Golden Corral with, baby.
Caleb.
The guy that Cody put me on before the draft. Dominique Orange, Big Citrus. The fixed asset in the middle of the defensive line that will hold the point of attack. Don't care if that man gets a single tackle this year. I don't care. Just as long as he eats up the double teams, he keeps the center from being able to pull and all that stuff. That's my guy. I was so happy when we drafted him. I pulled the shirt off, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yes.
Yeah.
2 defensive tackles in this draft. Mm-hmm. Give me some.
No, I love that too. That the intentionality behind this draft felt really good. That was something that I really touched on after the draft was done. It's like none of the players really jumped off the board. Like, and this goes for the whole draft, really. The players weren't really hyped up like they were in previous years, where it's like, oh, these guys are like generational and stuff like that. It's like these were a bunch of guys that you kind of had to go Google and shit. You know what I mean? Throughout the whole process. They're like, yo, who? But Big Citrus was a guy who made a name for himself pretty early. And for the ones who actually watch college football also know that he was dominating pretty much all season long in college, man. So shout out to him. I'm excited about that pick too, bro. And I think he has a chance to really get some meaningful snaps in 2026, like, you know, pretty soon. So I'm looking forward to that, man. Shaq, where you at with it, man?
See, I was thinking about going with our first round pick, Caleb Banks, but that's too easy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with another difference maker, Max Bredesen from Michigan, the fullback tight end. The reason I brought him up is because, you know, we've been talking about how we got Frank Smith, we added Jawan Jennings, but we also added Max Bredesen, who I believe was considered the best blocking non-officer lineman in this draft class. And like when you watch his film of when he's opening up lanes, it looks so beautiful because he's a finisher. He makes sure if he gets hands on you, he's either going to put you in the dirt or he's going to move you out the way so the running back could run where that lane was. And like a problem with our offensive line, well, I wouldn't say offensive line, a problem with our run game was when we wasn't getting those 4 or 5 yards, a lot of times we see our running backs get touched in the backfield. So if they're not making the first guy miss in the backfield, we only gaining like 2 yards, 3 yards. Yeah. Or it'd be a negative 4 yard TFL. So with Max Bredesen, I'm hoping that he gets enough reps. I don't know how many snaps CJ Ham got with us last year or throughout his whole KOC tenure, but I'm hoping KOC noticed that in the playoffs, a lot of these teams, they need their run game to be efficient to go with their pass game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like that pick too. I think he's one of the fan favorites as well, besides Chuck D, obviously. A lot of people love Chuck D, man. You know, just the personality and everything. But Bredesen has been obviously talked about in high regard just for what he brings to the table, is his personality as well, like leadership. It's almost like he doesn't even have to be on the field, bro. He just be on the sideline and he gonna make the team better. You know what I mean? Like he gives off that. So I'm actually glad we got him on our side for sure. So I like that. That goes to when you talk about our running backs getting touched in the backfield. That's why a guy like Damon Claiborne also is super important to me, because listen, Jordan Mason can't do it and Aaron Jones can't do it. You know, maybe Aaron Jones back in his prime, but Aaron can't do it anymore. And that was something that Dalvin Cook, people, you know, tend to ignore it, bro. But you got to understand, we had a lot of bad offensive lines with Dalvin Cook. That's why I love Dalvin Cook so much. And he used to have to make things happen, bro. Like Dalvin Cook, there was many years, even the last year, where people were like, oh, Dalvin Cook fell off because he had 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. That was called a Dalvin Cook fall off, right? But during that year, when you watch the tape from that year, bruh, he had to them 1,100 yards. He had to make that shit out of nothing, bruh, because the defenders were in the backfield every single snap. He was making people miss and making lemonade out of lemons, bruh. So I mean, to me, that's what I think a guy like Damon Claiborne can do. So I think that's gonna. Hopefully, we don't have to go that route. Every once in a while, it's gonna happen. Hopefully, we just block for the kid. But having a running back that can make people miss in the backfield and still make something happen, that's important. We don't have that right now with Mason and Aaron Jones, in my opinion, bro. If they get touched back there, they're gonna fall back there. That's just where I'm at with it, man. So I'm gonna go with Gold Day. I seen and part of it has to do with just a little video I seen recently, and because nobody else mentioned him. And I think that Brian Flores, he spoke really high about him. To me, I see Gold Day being somebody that they're going to utilize in multiple positions. Like, when I think of Gold Day, he almost gives off a type of player that Brian Flores is going to sit back and say, you know what, drop in coverage, rust the quarterback, do this, do that. You know what I mean? And he may be one of those guys that we're talking about for years and years, man. That's just making plays out there. I got faith in him. At the end of the day, I watched him in college. Brev really put me on and said he wasn't really great at edge rushing. And I think Cincinnati threw him in there, but it's something he's learning. And maybe we can use him there. We look at somebody like Van Ginkel trying to replace that. Maybe he can come in and maybe learn from him and be that next replacement for Van Ginkel, being he's getting older. So I think there's a lot of upside with a guy like Jake Goldday, bro. So this draft class, to me, though, and I want you guys' opinion, if you had to grade it, where are you putting it now that we're about to go into camp and they're actually about to report here in 2 days? What kind of grade do we give it? We'll start with you, Shaq. What grade did you give this draft class this year?
I'll give it a C plus. It could have been an A. Right. If we traded up for Jeremiah Love or Caleb Downs, it could have been a straight A. But not everybody can get these A's, so I give it a C plus.
Yeah. Where you at, Fish?
B plus.
B plus. I like it. Cody, where you at?
I'm at a C plus.
C plus too. Okay.
Looking at the gamble with Banks, I didn't like the Galladay pick, so I thought that brought it down a little bit. I think he could have got Galladay a little later and got a safety in the second round, so we can rely on a backup linebacker in the third round and not relying on a third round safety to be the starter this year.
True.
So you can flip it around. So a C plus, it's safe, but with a nice little gamble in the first round.
Got you. Where you at, Keith?
It's hard to really grade this because I think at the time of the draft, we kind of all felt how Cody feels right now.
Yeah.
But now that these guys have become Vikings and we're starting to learn them as Vikings, we're starting to glaze a little bit.
Right. What I wanted Anthony Barr and Eric Kendricks to do.
Yes. What you wanted them to do. Like
exactly.
We're like Gold Day, what?
Yeah.
Well, he's a Viking now. So yeah, man, that was a great pick. Eric Wilson is getting older. That's a great pick. So I'm gonna give it a B because I do think we got players in spots of need, not just this year, but also in spots of need that's coming up, like Gold Day. Like we might not have needed a linebacker this season, but we're gonna need one next year. So that's cool. Like he's not expected to come in and be a savior. But I said there's a little bit of purple juice that's been drank since the draft.
Yeah, no, facts. I'm with Norris on that. That's why I pinned that comment, because I'm A for intention, like because it felt like the actual positions they went for, and like when they went for the position. Yes. To me, I think it actually was superior, man. But as far as overall talent, I'm probably with you guys on like I'd be like a hot C plus to B minus type of deal. Like I'm there with it. I feel good about it, but again, we do have to see the talent play out, because I go back and I think about other drafts in the past, especially when Kwesi was here, and I'm like, hell yeah, I feel good about this draft. We got this guy, that guy, and this guy, and then all of a sudden we see how that shit turns out, right? So this shit.
Three of our top 4 draft picks were in the trenches. Yeah. Finally. 3 of our top 4 draft picks were in the trenches. Y'all look at him, throw an A+ on there.
That's why I give an A for intention, because you're right.
I think sometimes though, like we go into the draft, especially like doing content, we talk about the draft so much leading up to the draft. We do all the mock drafts and everything. So like we get these set of players that we think are going to go to the Vikings, that we want to go to the Vikings, and then we don't end up going that way. Then we're like, oh man, this draft sucked. Yeah, because like they didn't do what we wanted or expected. So I think that there's a little bit of that to this too.
Yeah. Did you see the Bleacher Report article about Caleb Banks being listed as the biggest bust for the 2026?
Damn, already?
It's
yeah.
I came into the draft with Caleb Banks. He has the highest ceiling and the lowest floor, so I can see why they brought him the biggest.
So it's almost like the Anthony Richardson, and the only reason why I bring him up is because that was somebody who I supported. It's almost like the Anthony Richardson of the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? It's like they went to the same school too, so that's why I'm using that as well.
Hey, early on, Banks was getting mock draft to us, and that made me have to go look him up. And I liked what I saw, so I was like, okay, at 18, this seems like a good pick. I was all for it. But then he broke his foot the second time. I was like, oh man, 2 broken foots, like the same foot, like a big guy, like that.
And it's hard because him being the size he is, in college you were big, bruh. But in the NFL, you regular. I'm sorry, bruh. Like I know we sit around and say, oh yeah, he's a big kid, he's a big dude. It was like that in college, because you're playing against certain guys that are going to be finance guys at the end of the season. They going to work at regular jobs. But now you're about to go into the NFL, bro, where everybody big. You know what I mean? That you're going against an offensive line. So, but his speed, I will say, for the size he is, the speed is, that's what I'm leaning on. Like, bro, if he can get that speed down pat, he can be a problem. But you're right. He has to turn out, man. Because if this shit don't pan out with Caleb Banks, bro, I'm going to be upset. Because, first of all, this is a position that we've been pounding the table for the Vikings to get a defensive tackle that can change the game. I think it's so important to have a defensive tackle that can disrupt the game each and every Sunday. Like, that's going to help us out tremendously, man. So we need him to definitely pan out. On top of Jalen Redmond, I think he's going to take a step forward, too. And we got some stuff, being that Citrus is your guy, Fish, that you really like, and you want to see him do some stuff this year. I will say we got a good problem on our hands when it comes to the middle of that defensive line, man. It seems like we got some names that's gonna be battling to get some reps, bro. So I'm excited about that shit.
Did you guys just see the little workout Kyler Murray and Jordan Addison had?
Yeah, I seen that at the high school.
Yeah, nice little intermediate deep
throw. throwing that ball. He's slinging that shit. I see it, Cody. Mr. Nasty. Positivity over there. Haven't been so positive tonight.
We saw a bunch of those throws from JJ McCarthy last offseason when there was no defense and no offensive linemen that are towering.
Shorts and tank top.
Denial is not just a river in Egypt.
The denial. I like that.
Did you have that set up to say, like, what's being denied here? What's being denied here?
River.
Nothing's being denied here. It's like you saw one pass and you're like, did you see that?
But I also think too, Keith, though, that it's fair. I'll say this. Kyler actually does have evidence, though, that he can pass for 4,000 yards in a season, or at least 3,800 yards. I don't know if he ever cracked 4,000 actually, but 3,800 yards in a season. So he's proved that he can at least.
We need to go back and see, like, did the Cardinals break some record for yards after the catch?
I'll say this though, me trying to vision JJ McCarthy throwing for 4,000 yards, bruh. Like, I mean, that shit's hard to see right now. You know what I mean? Hopefully after this season, I can see it a little clearer. But right now, that shit seem like an impossible task. You know what I'm saying?
Broski Bear just said it. Broski Bear just said it right now. I wanted to get that in before we switch topics. That the whole thing with Banks, that Banks better pan out, but if Banks doesn't pan out, and then Bienin ends up being who I think he's gonna be, I'm gonna be double pissed off.
Facts.
I was okay. Thieneman was a safe pick in the first round. I don't want my GM who's going after a GM job, though, to be safe in that first round. I want him to go after that high risk guy.
You were mad when we didn't.
I was mad. I was totally mad.
What are you talking about, bro?
I know. I had to look into who Caleb Banks was, and he's the highest ceiling in the draft, lowest floor in the draft. That's why they call him.
He's making me seasick with his camera action.
You say. Yeah, they throwing up Rock Nation and shit all show. Like damn, we with the Rock, bro? Like, my boy doing this shit. Like, yeah, let's get it.
But if you tuned into the time I was on Rap Show and did the mock draft, I actually traded back and got Caleb Banks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it's legit then, Jack.
Yeah.
I mean, me and TV got something going on.
Yeah, he called it.
Traded back.
You traded back though.
Hey, whoa! Stop the count.
But he got the player. He got the player though. He saw the
Let me
vision.
tell you something, Rap. I'm so happy with how we drafted, especially the first 4 picks.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the goal day pick until we traded Jonathan Grenard.
Yeah.
Then I understood it.
Mm-hmm.
I understood why we took goal day.
Yeah.
I ain't even in the slightest bit remotely upset that we didn't take the defensive tackle one that I wanted. I can't even remember the dude's name because I'm so happy that we took Banks.
I think it was
Orange.
Was it McDonald from Ohio State?
No.
No.
No, it was
Texas Tech.
from Texas Tech.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I've forgotten all about him.
There you go.
And I wanted him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we got Caleb Banks and Dominique Orange. I don't need that dude. We got Caleb Banks and Dominique Orange.
Yeah, the double dip at DT was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I liked it. I liked it. I ain't gonna lie. I loved it, actually.
I felt like we could have had Caleb Banks, a safety, and Galladay in the first 3 picks.
Yeah. All right, so we got like 2 more. I got 2 more topics that I really want to discuss here. Let me see which one.
Sure.
All right, we'll do the first one. The first one to be Dallas Turner, man. He hit a list where he's expected to break out this season. I actually talked to Tyler Fornez about this when I was on their show like last week or something. I did a little segment over there on First and SKOL where we talked about Dallas Turner. Most people know how I feel if you've been watching me, how I feel about Dallas Turner. I like Dallas Turner. I believe in Dallas Turner, but I also need to see Dallas Turner do it though. You know what I'm saying? Like buying into just because he's a Viking and his name's Dallas Turner, that those days are over with. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just gonna be honest. So like my expectations for him are very high this year because of what we've seen so far. I'm like, all right, bro. Well, this year, being you traded, because you talked about it, Fish. We traded Grenard, we got Golday, but it ain't even about Golday. No, it's about you, Dallas Turner. You know what I'm saying? This is about you this year, bro. That we shouldn't even have to put that pressure on Golday. You should be able to relax for a little bit, although we want to see him make an impact, bro. But nah, bro, this is about you. You need to go out there and do your thing. Especially, I always talk about the action of going to get Dallas Turner in that draft along with JJ McCarthy. Like you traded back up, bro. You went and got your quarterback, and then you went back up into the first and got this kid. I expect him to have double-digit sacks this year, bro, and I'm not settling for nothing else, bro. It has to be 10 or better. And if it's not, then we got to have a conversation about him.
Shaq.
What are your expectations? Yeah, let's go, Shaq. We'll start. What's your expectations for DT, man? Where you want to see?
Your expectation is too low, Rap. It's too low.
All right, so where you at with it, man?
I got reliable sources telling me at minimum he's getting 25 sacks.
25? Let's go. All right,
25 sacks. And that's just the basis. And maybe, I'll say maybe, 4 touchdowns.
Damn. Well, you got my boy
so that's
playing
my
tight end?
expectation for Dallas Turner.
All right. No, I like it though. So pretty much what I'm getting from that, Shaq, is you're a big Dallas Turner believer and you think he's about to hit the ground and running this year. This is year.
I mean, it's like we didn't have a chance to get Jared Verse. Yeah. So we had to settle for Dallas Turner. And, I'm just trying to make settle.
Actually, we did have the chance. We took Turner over Verse.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Who took that?
Dallas Turner was the first defender taken in that draft.
Yeah. No, we had the opportunity to get Verse. We chose Turner.
We chose Turner over him. Yeah.
I just want Turner to prove that he's that guy. It's because, I seen Will Anderson. He came out of Alabama, and then his second year, he just straight dominated the league. Yep. So I'm not expecting Dallas Turner to be as elite as Will Anderson coming off the edge. But, at least be a national known name in the NFL.
Yeah. No, I expect him to be. Where you at?
I'm a little more grounded than Shaq Rap. See,
Okay.
I believe that if you're right with your 10 sacks,
Yeah.
then I believe what happened was Harrison Smith opted to not come back. Jackson and Ward weren't that great, and we moved Turner back to safety. And that's why he only got 10 sacks this season,
Damn.
coming off the edge.
Okay.
It's because he was playing
All right.
safety back there with Jacoby.
We're still doing that.
We're still doing that.
So what
That's how
I'm
you got
getting
his
is
4 touchdowns.
the Let's Skull crew so far. We still got two other members to go, but so far, man, the Dallas Turner hype is real. This dude about to be the face of the franchise. All right, I like it, man. Let's go. Where you at, Cody?
So we talked about our top 5 breakout candidates, and the number 1 guy was Dallas Turner.
Okay.
And I brought up analytics, and everybody's like, "Oh, analytics, Quessy, we all hate this." The dude's growth rate is insane right now. The more snaps he gets, the more
better.
growth. I think he's at 136% growth rate from his snap share to his stats, and it's ridiculous. He's on pace right now for, I think, what did I say, 16 and a half sacks. I don't expect him to get 16 and a half this year. I think it's going to be down like near 12 to 13 and a half. If you want to be real with it, but that's his growth rate entering this year with the amount of snaps that his share he's going to take on with that 80% share load. I think he's going to take on with it. He matched, I think he had half of what, so Greener had like 36 pressures. He was at 42 pressures, right? And with the least amount of snaps than what Dallas or Greener had. So I expect a huge year from Dallas Turner. I'm on full board with this thing. Dallas Turner is going to be a star for us. He has matching comparison to one Danielle Hunter when he came to us and how his growth rate was.
Yeah. No, I'm on board too, man. Again, I'm definitely supporting Dallas Turner. I want to see it, bro. I don't want that. I would be a happy camper if he does what y'all talking about. Where you at, Keith?
I'm pretty much where you're at. I need to see it. Obviously, there was improvement last year over his first year, which really wasn't hard to do because his rookie year there wasn't really much to talk about. He did a good job.
Yeah.
I need to see him do more, and I do think the potential is there because we brought up Jared Verse a little bit earlier. I believe right now he is the age that Jared Verse was drafted at. So, you know, there is the maturity thing coming to, and, you know, growing into his own damn body. And, you know, it looks like he beefed up this offseason. So he might come out there looking like a monster. But I do need to see it. I don't think I'm as impressed as some Viking fans are with the season that he had last year. You know, it's kind of like the way Grenard missed sacks. Dallas Turner kind of ran into them. So I need to see Kenny go out there and get them on his own. And I'm glad that we do have him. I think that made Grenard expendable and not have to pay him $100 million. But I still kind of am wondering, so when are we going to get in Jadeveon Clowney?
Yeah, it's almost bringing me back to DJ Wanham vibes. You know, DJ Wanham, and I'm not comparing Dallas Turner to DJ Wanham as from a player standpoint. I'm more talking about how he accumulated his sacks. I know there was a statistic that came out, Cody. I know you were talking about analytics last year with Dallas Turner, where a lot of his production came against second string. And every time, and any time he played up against first string players, like the starter, anytime he played up against actual starters, his production dropped a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far he just wasn't able to get there. So, you know, and that was interesting. That was an interesting stat to me. Like, just looking at that, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Tyler Fornez, and he's somebody who's big on Dallas Turner. I think he's the one who talked about that on one of his shows. So, you know, again, I think Dallas Turner is going to be good, though. Like, it's hard for me to watch him and look at his skill set and say this kid's not going to be good in football in the NFL, bro. But we are going on year 3. And I think the same expectations we have for like a JJ McCarthy going on year 3 from an edge rusher standpoint, you kind of expect to see those guys do a lot more, a lot sooner, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're a first round draft pick, man. I want to see you do your thing sooner than later. So year 3, let's get it, Dallas Turner. We all believe in you. And I wouldn't want anything else but to see you take over the NFL from an edge rusher standpoint. And I think Dallas Turner also is going to be getting moved around a lot too, Brian Flores, kind of like what I talked about with Gold Day, like the expectation for Gold Day. I think I can see Dallas Turner getting moved around in Brian Flores' defense too a little bit. So that'd be nice. He might actually play safety, Fish. We joke about it, but hey,
I'm not joking.
Brian Flores might put him back there. He dropped back a couple times last year, got a couple picks, at least one I know for sure down in the red zone that I can remember. I can vision the play right now. So can't remember what team it was against, but I remember. My boy got some coverage skills.
He just got I want to see him work on his pass rush moves because he has the speed. He just need to work on his counters. Yeah. If you notice, a lot of the elite pass rushers, they have certain moves that they could use, and then they have a counter. That's why a lot of offensive linemen have a hard time blocking them.
Yeah, for sure, man. The last topic, the last player I want to talk about is our guy Blake Cashman, man. This was something I was going to do a video on specifically. I kind of touched on it on the video because he had a couple things surrounding his name at one time, but Blake Cashman is a player that I think most of us value, and most of us feel like, damn, we need a Blake Cashman on our team, bro. Like, you can't just let a guy like Blake Cashman walk out the door. But there has been a couple reports, I guess, coming out about possible trade. Then he also has an injury still lingering, and I feel like injury was an issue last year with Blake. It's like, yes, we love you, bro, and you're good, but you got to be there. You know what I mean? Especially being a green dot and shit, bro. Like, we kind of need you. Availability is very important for that position. It's almost like a quarterback. So like, where we at with Blake Cashman? Do you feel like we could do without him? It felt like last year we couldn't do without him. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, when he wasn't there, bruh, you felt it. Like, you can see it. It's just like, damn, bruh, we need Blake back on that defense because this shit just ain't hitting the same. But with adding players like Golday and things like that, and with the draft and everything, where you guys at with Blake Cashman? And you can also touch on him complaining about how all fields should be natural grass instead of turf. We can also touch on that too, man. We'll start with you.
A lot of them were saying that. A lot of them were talking about the grass.
Hey, because the FIFA, man, they rolled out the pitch. You know what I mean? They rolled out the pitch. It's natural grass. It is what it is, man. They should be able to do that for the NFL players too. So where you at with Blake Cashman?
Yeah, we need to keep Cashman. I don't think he's a trade candidate. I know having a new GM kind of changes things and makes everything up in the air, but I think he's one of the few players on this team that we should be talking to about an extension before this season even kicks off. Yeah. And like you said, when Blake Cashman misses games, we notice it. We said that after the first season he was with us when he had the injury. There was we were pretty much undefeated in games he played, and then when he came out, we lost those 2 games. Yep. And again this year he missed some games, and it's like we've been in our group chat, like, you notice Blake Cashman's not there, and we did our top 5 most important Vikings going into 2026, and Blake Cashman was one of those 5, and Fish was pounding the table for that one, so I think you should go to Fish next on this one.
Yeah, for sure. Fish, go ahead, man. Talk to us. Blake Cashman, man. Cashy.
I don't see it. No, I'm kidding. So that's the running joke with this rap. It's not that I was against Blake Cashman. It's just that who was it that we had for the linebacker right before him? The Eagle guy.
Eric Wilson.
I really liked how he played.
No.
Who
Cardinals?
Hicks?
Yes, Hicks.
Jordan Hicks. Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan.
I mean, I just thought we should have resigned Hicks. I really liked how he played. So, of course, the running joke between us was now, I don't see it,
Yeah.
Blake Cashman, yes. When he was gone, the defense just was so different, man. He attacks the ball, especially with Harrison Smith if he's not going to be there. Blake Cashman will be the voice of that defense. He will be the captain. He will be the quarterback of that defense. Yeah. He will not have anybody behind him. He will be calling everything. And he plays really well. I hope we extend him. All the love to him. I hope we give him a little bit of that bag. He deserves it. It's not that I didn't like the signing of him when we signed. It's just that I really liked the guy we had before.
Yeah.
What do you think of?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead, dude.
No, I wanted you to touch too. What do you think about the natural grass piece too? Think we should?
Okay. So I don't have any stats in front of me, but from what I remember, just about all of the knee injuries and the Achilles injuries were coming on turf. And maybe that's just because most of the fields are that turf, but there are some grass fields out there, and the injuries, I say play the statistics. It will mean a slower brand of football.
Yeah.
Natural, when they get on turf, they're moving faster. So it will mean a slower brand of football. But for the sake, everybody, talks about availability and all that. If you take away one of the biggest injury-inducing parts of the game, which the turf is, and make it so that way there's fewer injuries, you will have a better overall brand of football because your star players will be playing instead of going out for a torn ACL.
Yeah.
Or a sprained MCL or an Achilles or whatever else those damn turf. And look, I think what it is that the NFLPA just watched these stadiums be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Look at what they do. These ham and eggs that from Europe and all that, man. They're rolling out the grass. So if they can do it for them, I have a feeling that whenever they do the next CBA, this is going to be a big topic.
Yeah, me too.
So much so that I might even predict a strike if they don't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I talked about that too, man. I think they're gonna make it a big point next offseason in the meetings. Because FIFA obviously shedded some light on that. Like, man, it can be done with no problem. Like, they had that shit in and out. Like, it was nothing. So, but it does cost money. And I think that's also going to be because FIFA is willing to pay for it. And I think FIFA, you talking about money. I mean, yes, NFL, they have the money, but, some owners might be cheap. Nah, I want that. That's one less jet for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I mean, so I don't know. Where you at, Cody, man? Blake Cashman, do you think he is on the trade block? Should we give him the bag? And then also you can just touch quickly on the turf and grass thing too about him.
Blake Cashman is not on the trade block because he wears the green dot in a Brian Flores offense. We saw when the green dot disappeared, communication broke down, the defense wasn't any good. So that's the main reason he's not a trade candidate for us.
Absolutely.
For the field purposes wise and why we should give Blake Cashman the bag, I think we should give Blake Cashman the bag because he does wear that green dot. He is the leader, and now you lost Harrison Smith possibly for next year. He's the only one on that team that is going to be communicating forward because that's going to take a little bit for the other players to start communicating if they got to put the green dot in the secondary. So you need that linebacker core to be solidified a lot. And you just lost Greenard, part of the linebacker core too. So that's even more. So he's definitely going to get paid. For the field purposes wise, I'm a big guy on natural turf because
trading
natural
McCarthy
field,
to the
natural
WNBA
grass,
is very
we played
necessary.
On high school, right? And we didn't see much injuries going on in high school when we were playing on natural grass.
Yeah.
So like we see all these injuries. We saw what happened to RG3 and how he tore his knee up on that stuff over there, and it is a big concern. So yeah, I'd bring in the natural grass more, make football back to what football was from the beginnings. Make it what it represents. And play on natural grass.
I agree, man. No skin off our back, man. Fuck it. Spend some of that money you got. What's the big deal? And probably bring more jobs to the NFL too. So there's a positive there too. Need the people to change that shit out and then maintain it once it is changed out. So there'll be some landscapers that'll get some jobs working for the NFL. So I'm always for that as well. Getting people some opportunity to make some money. Where you at, Shaq?
So for me, like these guys was mentioning, there was the Lions game 2 years ago when we didn't have Blake Cashman.
Yeah.
And Amar St. Brown was eating us up in the middle of the field. You could clearly see the difference of how our defense played with him on the field and with him not on the field. Yeah. I forgot the stat of our wins and losses when he wasn't playing and how many points he was giving up. So I wouldn't mind giving Blake Cashman the bag. He's a Minnesota guy. I'm not really a type of guy who's like, oh, he's from my favorite team's state, so we should always keep him. I'm not that type of guy. I want them to prove it, and he proved that he deserves to be in the NFL playing for my favorite team. So, give him a contract. He's not no household linebacker name like Roquan Smith, or you got the Fred Warren from the 49ers, but he is upper echelon type of linebacker who could, basically help the young guys on the defense and be a good role model for our younger players on the defense.
Absolutely.
As far as the grass fields, I know for the soccer players, the reason they had to bring the grass fields over here is because they have it in their contract that they don't play on turf. They need grass fields in order for them to play. So I figured, like Fish was saying, the CBA, they're going to probably dictate it to where if we're not getting grass fields, we're going to hold out.
Yeah. And then have something in contract where, NFL must play on natural grass. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. That's something that I can see coming down the pipeline for sure. Shout out Dub, man. I see you in the building, Dub. Real quick, man, one last thing, too. Y'all think Ivan Pace going to get cut, bruh? Y'all know how I am about Ivan Pace, man. Ivan Pace cut?
Like Golday just solidified that answer.
Damn.
If Golday looks good, then yeah, because I think they saved like $3 million if they cut him too.
Yeah.
We saved how much?
$3 million.
$3 million, man. What is that? You better off keeping the player.
Who we getting with $3 million?
Yeah, keep the
We can
player,
get 2
man.
Kyler Murrays.
Probably Jadeveon Clowney.
Nah, fuck that. Keep Pace.
Probably
Pace
2
gang,
of the
baby.
same talented player.
Pace game, baby. That's gonna be a sad day for RAP, man. We get. I think he's making the 53 again.
Hey, had he made the tackle on that kickoff against the Bears, I might be with you.
Oh, was that him that missed that?
Yes.
It was a breakdown on the whole defense. It wasn't just him. I mean,
He did not keep his lane on that kickoff.
He's the one that got out of his lane.
You mean special teams?
Yeah, special teams.
Damn.
Senior smirk about my
nasty
Brian
work.
Flores.
That's nasty work. Damn, man. All right, well, 13 wins, 10 wins, or 11 wins. We just say the number, and we're going to end it on that, bro. How many wins we going to get this year? Go ahead. Somebody just drop it. Go ahead, Shaq. You start.
I go first. I'm trying to remember the numbers I said so many times. I think it was like 14-3.
14-3. Like it. Let's go, man. 14-3, baby. Where you at, Fish?
10-7.
10-7. I feel like 10-7 is like the easy pick, Fish. I ain't gonna lie. That's like the.
I wanted to say
Not
6
too
and
bad,
11, so
not too
watch your
good.
mouth.
Not too bad, not too good. That's like when you ask a chick to rate herself, they'd be like, I'm a 7. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say, man, you can't use 7. You know what I'm saying? Can't use 10-7. No, I like it. That's kind of
Look, man. If you's a 7, you ain't gonna say you're a 10.
That's a fact.
If you're a 7, you're a 7.
That's a fact. Where you at, Cody?
I'm going 11 wins, and the 11th win is going to be in week 18.
Yeah. Keith.
Did you go yet?
Nah, I'm gonna go last.
Okay, that's fair. Your show. You
Keith ain't used to this.
I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure my answer, is aligned.
You got a 1 up. All right. Well, I think when we picked the schedule for the first time, which was way too early to pick the schedule, I think I had us at like 14 wins. So I'm gonna tone it down from that. Like I don't think we're gonna get 14. I'm going 12. 12.
Boo this man.
12-5. That's where I'm at, man. I'm going 12-5 too.
So you were waiting for me to say 6. Hey, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too, man. I'm right there with Keith. 12-5.
Right.
Kyler Murray wins MVP. You know what I'm saying.
How you glazing Kyler Murray wearing a JJ McCarthy shirt, man? You need to.
It's the Viking fan in me, man.
That's what got me bent out of shape.
Viking fan in me, baby. It is what it is, man. Kyler Murray
Hedging his bets.
Yeah.
There's a little piece that we want McCarthy to be good.
Yeah, we want him.
See the writing on the wall.
Where's Anthony Barr at?
Yeah, I know.
See, so that way, if somebody ever clips him saying something crazy, about Kyler Murray, and JJ McCarthy goes off, he can come back and say, "I was wearing the jersey."
Bro, do you got a McCarthy shirt? Yeah, I mean that's my comeback.
I got a jersey.
I got both. I got the jersey and the shirt. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real supporter of them. Oh, damn, you got the 9 tattoo? Damn, I'm gonna have to go. Hey, where my boy Sodak at in the chat, man? I'm gonna need that 9 tap, baby. Let's go. Nah, this was great, man. This was fun. You know, many more to come, bro. I'm glad I was able to get the whole crew on. I know Shaq tapped in a little later, but it was fun once you got here, brother. I'm glad you was able to make it for some of the topics here. And I look forward to doing this again. You guys already know you want me to come over there on Let's SKOL Network. I'm there. Just hit me up and we'll make it happen, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to these fellas if you aren't already. I know most of y'all in the chat know about them, but if you don't, shame on you. And here's your opportunity to go over there and support those fellas. They go live. What is y'all's schedule usually like, Keith, during the season?
It's normally Thursday nights at 8:30 Central is usually the start time, and then we go live after every game, just like every other Viking podcaster does. So
yeah.
But that's what makes it fun. You guys can bounce around from all of our shows, and usually we all open up the line. So if someone's busy, you can jump on the other show and get on the lines. But yeah, Thursday nights at 8:30 Central. Then after every game, we go live, and then occasionally we do a Saturday, which is a SKOL and Chill, where we open up the lines and let the audience come on, and it's their show.
Nice, man. So you heard it here. Make sure y'all go over there and support our fellow Vikings content creators and fans of the Minnesota Vikings. Can't wait to see what this year turns out to be, man. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to tap in more, man, and hear Cody come at you guys as top, bro. It seems like Cody ain't playing with y'all, bro. Like he's not.
He's not at all.
He on that. But yeah, man, thank you guys again. And thank you everybody in the chat tonight. This was a great show. Thank y'all for being vocal in the chat, and we will see y'all later. Holla at your boys, man.
Go.